Yesterday, I mentioned Bernard of Clairvaux's 4 degrees of love as a guide to spiritual growth. C.S. Lewis once recalled being awakened from his sleep in his bachelor days and being unable to fall back asleep. It was totally dark in his bedroom. He was at Magdalen College and he was all alone. There was no way to perceive anything there outside himself. He may as well, as he said, have been in a black hole. Suddenly he shot up, straight in bed, because it occurred to him, this is the logical conclusion to a self-centered life. You know, in the gospel account of Jesus, of one of Jesus' parables, a treasure is found, a pearl worth more than any other pearl. And it strikes me that such treasure would be valuable to a person for what it can do for that person. That's nothing genius, is it? Such a person sees life as the playing field for accumulation. More is more is better for me. Well, this is Bernard of Clairvaux's first degree of love, loving yourself for your own sake. This is selfish love and our most natural tendency. Remember with me the first and the greatest of commandments. Love the Lord your God with what? Your heart, soul, mind, and strength. All of it. But our nature is so frail and so weak that we most often love ourselves first of all. This is what Paul calls carnal love, selfish love. This love is natural to us. It grows naturally and excessively. Like a strong current, selfish love, it bursts the banks of self-control. It floods the fields of self-indulgence. It's no wonder that the commandment goes on to say, and love your neighbor as yourself. So here's the first step to take. You and I must restrain our own self-love if we would avoid becoming transgressors of this commandment. We must love others, our neighbors, as we love ourselves. Then you and I can be as indulgent as we like about loving ourselves, provided we show the same godly love with our neighbors. You know, the wisdom literature of the Old Testament counsels us to turn away from our own appetites, to discipline ourselves. Proverbs 13:18. Then we will be able to abstain from fleshly lusts, which are against the soul. That's what the scriptures say, the love of self for self's sake. Then you will not find it a burden to share with your neighbor for what you have held back for yourself. If we are to love our neighbor with absolute righteousness, we need to love God first and acknowledge God as our motive and our cause. For how can we love with pure motives if we do not love God first of all? Only then can we love our neighbor. It's impossible to love our neighbor without first loving God. 1 Thessalonians 2, verses 1 through 11 go there. So it's essential for us to love God first in order to love others also. Let's think on these things today. Stay safe, stay well, stay connected as you are able. Blessings.